How do you cope with being treated like you are crazy for following COVID safety guidelines, when others around you aren't doing the same? Number 1. I work at a hospital and go to COVID floors on a regular basis. It's more for your benefit than mine. It's true and unsurprisingly shuts up even the most ignorant of people. Number 2. I'm a COVID ICU nurse. I find it funny when people say something like this. Then when I'll inform them of where I work, I suddenly have at least 6 feet all around me and people are staring at me in shock or horror. But you do what you can to keep yourself and your family safe. Don't worry about the others if they don't pay your bills or snuggle up to you at night. Why does their opinion matter anyway? Number 3. I live in rural Indiana and hardly anyone wears a mask or distances. I go about life the same way I'll always do, honestly. Stay in as much as possible, and when I'm out I pretend they don't exist. When I do get snide comments I'll just ignore them and carry on with my day. Number 4. A friend of mine kept saying it was a hoax, overblown, no worse than the flu, etc. He was hospitalized for a week and been out for almost a month now and still can't breathe right. Number 5. Keep on doing it. If anyone asks, just respond with, listen, I don't tell you how to protect you and your family. Don't start telling me how to protect mine. Most of the COVIDiots I run into are against it because they don't like being told how to live their lives, so use that mindset against them. Number 6. I walked out of work. As the HR manager I had no choice. I was just so frustrated that my boss was not taking it seriously. This happened in April when we went into lockdown. He wouldn't provide masks, gloves, barriers, etc. for the factory, then insisted all the office workers stay, so I walked out. I carried on working from home and completed all my tasks, got disciplinary action, but he couldn't fire me. Months later things have finally changed, but Ella found another job. If that's how he treats staff's lives, he'll do it again. Tomorrow is my last day, so protect yourself and your family first and ignore the idiots. This pandemic is real. Number 7. I just happily agree. Yup, I'm paranoid. Yup, we are all crazy. No, we still won't get together with you because I'm so paranoid and crazy. And yes, I still wear a mask every time I go outside because I'm so paranoid and crazy. The top priority in a pandemic is to survive it without getting sick. Period. Full stop. End of story. Let everyone else think what they think. Just do what you need to do to keep yourself safe. Number 8. I wear a hat in winter to keep my head warm. I treat a mask the same way. I don't care what other people think, and I have become so used to having a mask with me, I feel uncomfortable without one. Honestly, I'm excited for the masks in winter now. My face won't freeze and it keeps me and everyone else safe. Win-win. Number 9. Just keep doing your thing and keep yourself safe. The others will have to find out the hard way if they get it. This should have never been politicized in the first place. Number 10. It's really crazy. I went into a gas station yesterday and the owner kept making jokes about my mask and saying, "Oh, you aren't going to rob me, are you?" Then started talking about how masks don't work and it's somehow a Biden-related conspiracy. Number 11. It's like driving a car and the other drivers aren't being safe. You keep your distance. Try to stay positive and try to understand that everyone has different levels of risk tolerance, understanding of the rules, etc., and that the best you can do is keep yourself safe and not contribute to the problem. Getting upset or wanting to personally intervene to police other people's behavior is perfectly understandable, but it probably won't help. It might even make things worse. So practice defensive living. Number 12. It's harder when it's people I love who are not being careful, such as still hosting holiday gatherings, seeing each other indoors without masks, etc., and then writing me off as the shrill one when I bring any of it up. Number 13. After having too many customers not take the mask rules seriously, we hired a bouncer, work in a bookstore. Number 14. Man, I had to tell my mom I couldn't come to see her tomorrow because someone got COVID at work. She's almsot 70. I am not going to get her sick. I have not seen her since Jen and she cries every time we talk on the phone. It's fucking heartbreaking, but I'm not going to kill my mother. That had be it for me. I smoked a bowl and played Magic Online with friends. Shit sucks, but she'll eventually understand, maybe, who knows. Number 15. Don't give a fuck about them. Number 16. Before I got laid off, I developed a reputation at my job for being ready to dump all the information on people who argued unnecessarily with me. My Trump-loving co-workers quickly figured out that if they didn't want to be forcibly educated in basic microbiology and epidemiology, they needed to mask up and shut up around me. Number 17. Look at them like they're stupid and laugh as I walk away, that or just annoyingly glare at them until they get uncomfortable and leave. Number 18. I have around 5 friends, or mostly people I know, that were denying the virus even existed and had to be hospitalized. They are now following every guidance. Fuck those people. My respect has been lost for them forever. Number 19. Never let someone you wouldn't ask advice from hurt you with the criticism. Basically, fuck them. Number 20. We remind ourselves that if we were in another country, guidelines would be mandates and just plain common sense, and that people are dying alone, saying goodbye to their loved ones on a screen. Others will do what they will do, but this keeps us going. Number 21. My friends wouldn't stop making fun of me for wearing a mask. I was really used to wearing it because of baseball being in stores, and it just didn't bother me. I honestly just stopped hanging out. The thing that really bothers me is that I somehow have to quarantine to exposure to COVID-19 and they do not. Number 22. Just fucking be yourselves. Do what you think is right. Stop caring about what other people think. Number 23. Fuck these folks. My mom is high risk, so I'd be goddamned if I bring that shit home to her. Number 24. Just say what if you're wrong. If I'm wrong, I wore a mask and maybe looked silly for a while. If you're wrong, you or someone you love could die. I choose looking silly.